so it's duck season. Normally we have a lot of duck meat laying around and trying to find a way to eat it. But this year's not been that big of a problem because the season's been pitiful. But instead of the normal way of eating duck breast, the wrapping them in bacon and jalapeno and cream cheese and grilling them, which is people have been doing forever, which is fine, but it does get old after a while. This is still something I do, sweet and sour wild duck breast. You can't go eat Chinese buffet right now due to COVID, so this is a pretty good substitute, and it does take the gamey taste out of wild duck. So this is a couple duck breasts from this year, just shot them a couple days ago. They've been in the fridge just soaking in a bowl of water for the past couple days. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut them into small bite-sized chunks. So let's see. Feather. Alright, so the duck meat's all cubed up. I'm going to run back some water on this and kind of let it keep flushing out as I'm preparing the rice and getting all the stuff ready to make the batter. Alright, so this is the secret to a good sweet and sour wild duck, is adding a little bit of cornstarch to your flour. So this is just enough flour to kind of cover how much ever meat you've got, and I don't have much, so just got enough in there. I'm gonna be able to toss it around, and then I'm gonna take a couple tablespoons of cornstarch, just mix it in there with it. I don't have like an exact measurement to any of this, just kind of all, you know how it is, like cooking a chili. Just mix that all around in there good. And so now my flour and cornstarch. Cornstarch is what's going to make it crispy, as opposed to just flour. It would be a little bit slimy. So cornstarch and flour is kind of the secret. I'm going to whisk 3 eggs. So hard to do with one hand, but I'm going to whisk 3 eggs in this bowl, and that's what I'm going to give the wild duck breast a bath in the eggs before frying. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start the rice for this. I've just done basic white rice in the past, but I am going to try this time, chicken flavor fried rice. Just following the instructions on the back, you know, just heating it up to a boil, simmering it. I'm going to let this go while I'm working on the wild duck over here on the other side. Alright, so here's the process. Here's how it really works. I use this basic sweet salt, pepper, garlic rub. It's Fiesta Fajita seasoning. You can get it about any grocery store. It's not fajita like you would think Mexican. It's just a basic salt, pepper, garlic rub. It does a good job of masking the any kind of gamey seasoning. It tastes good too. So I'm going to put that on the duck here. And this is where it gets a little weird. You're going to go from the duck breast into the cornstarch flour mix, then in the egg bath, then into the hot grease. All you're doing is browning it. You're not actually cooking it till it's done. So it's going to be just a couple minutes on each side. When it looks right, I'm going to put it on a plate, and then all of that will go into the oven, and we will bake it to finish it off. So I've got the oven preheating. I'm going to get it to 350. You really just need about 5 or 10 minutes in the oven too. You're by the time you kind of give it a pan sear and then throw it in the oven, it's pretty much done. But you don't want to finish it here. It gets too dark. You want to bake it off in the oven. So again, you would think it'd be the other way, but I'm going to season it, and then into the flour cornmeal, then egg, then pan sear it. And I'm actually going to put it in a plate and then bake it all at once where I can spread it out. And after it bakes for a little while at the end, I'm going to put a little bit of sweet and sour sauce on it. I'm trying 2 different ones. I've done this Kikkoman before. It was good, but I'm going to try this La Choy. I don't know, I'm not an expert on them, but just trying something new, see if I can find one that I really like that really seems to be great. So the Kikkoman was pretty good though, so we'll see. Just probably gonna do 2 batches. Pan's pretty big, so I think I can get 2 batches in. This is kind of the messy part. You're gonna take these, the flour and cornstarch covered wild duck, dunk it in here and get it coated good with the egg. Go straight to the pan with the egg. And we're just looking to brown these, and I'll probably flip these again after I let them cook a little more. I turned it up a little bit. That one's kind of looking okay. It's just kind of, we want that brown, dark meat looking. I'm gonna grab another egg to throw in there. Okay, so those are pretty good. They're kind of brown, kind of, you see they're getting crunchy on the outside. So I'm gonna start taking some of these that I like this one here. I'm going to put it over in this plate because I want them to all bake at the same time. I don't want any of them to be getting done before the others. So I'm going to fry them all, or pan sear them all, and then bake them all. All right, we'll check on the rice. Coming along nice. About 5 or 10 minutes from the rice being done. So now, we're going to take this blackened, or darkened, I should say, darkened duck meat. We're just going to put it on this pan in this oven that's already heated to 350. Spread it out a little bit. You already hear it sizzling on there a little bit. We're going to leave it in there 10 minutes, roughly. Just kind of, we might get one out and cut it in half and see how it looks. It's been a few minutes. I'm going to open them up, kind of stir them around. Pick 1 or 2. Just kind of randomly cut them in half and see what we've got. You don't want to overcook, so that's about perfect. Just slightly a little bit of reddish pink, but not bleeding, and not better, and not totally done overcooked. That's about perfect. So here's the next part. I'm gonna actually turn the oven off. I tried the la choy. Yeah, I'm probably not saying that right, but the la choy sweet and sour sauce, and I really liked it. I think it's probably better than this one, but anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour a bunch of this out in here. And I'm going to just mix it all up, try to coat each piece on both sides. Then I'm going to stick it back in that oven. I'm just going to use that residual heat from the oven. I'm not going to actually have it on because I think they're done enough. So I'm just trying to make this sauce tacky. Truth be known, if you were in a hurry, you could probably just use the heat from the meat itself and it would tacky it up, but I don't know, just kind of a habit. Try to get a little bit on every one. Alright, it only takes a minute or two back in the oven, and the rice is finished up in that time being, so we're fixing to eat. If you want, if you need a little more flavor to it, hit it with a little bit of Fiesta seasoning over the top. But I really think the sauce itself and the rice does a good job. Just like that, we've got a little Chinese meal better than we could get at the restaurant, because I know where this meat came from, not some back alley cat or dog. So anyway, if you got some different way of doing it that you like to do it, let me know down below. This is something I got into, really like it. It's different. My kids will actually eat it. They don't really care for eating duck with jalapenos and bacon and all that stuff on it, but they sure like this. So I'm fixing to go eat it, and you let me know if you've tried it or if you've got a different way that you like to do it. Thanks.